Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Crystal walkthrough. So just to let you guys know ahead of time, you might hear some chirping and wilderness-like um, stuff from the background. That's actually my cat Chia's entertainment. I have her show on while I feed her. I have her on a tube feeder, so I'm essentially just holding a syringe and lightly pumping food into her. So that's what I'll be doing as I'm recording this. So just to give you a heads up why there might be strange bird noises and possible squirrel interference. So uh yeah, so we'll just hop right on into it. We were talking about Johto Pokemon, so we are going to continue that, and I believe we had left off with Hoothoot, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, good. Making sure if I switch screens that it still records. That was another one of my concerns. So Hoothoot was, I think it's actually in reference to a mythical owl that also stands on one foot. And I can't remember the name of that creature specifically, but I do remember that it was some sort of bird and it hopped around on one foot. And I think it was actually Japanese lore, which actually makes sense because Pokemon is from Japan. So I more so than anything find it ironic and rather entertaining. But overall, I rather enjoyed the design. I do like that it had like these weird eyebrow. It almost looks like hands to a clock. Uh, and sorry if I get slightly distracted. I'm trying to make sure that I'm very carefully feeding her. But I like the design. The bright big eyes. I mean that. I'm sure there's more resemblance or the eyes that the three like eyelashes that turn into the like pointed eyebrow. I have a feeling that it resembles something else, and I'm sure it has something to do with the clock, especially since I think in the game Hoothoots were more common at night, which is why that might look as if it's a clock. What would that be? 2 a.m.? Just before 2? Who? Hoot hoot? No, it was a good character design. I rather liked it. It was simple, but very well played. And I honestly don't know what it looks like from behind. I hope that it has tail feathers and it's not just rounded off. If that was the case, then yes, that would be my only complaint, is not having, tail feathers. So, hi, Gia. So next is the evolution known as Noctowl. And this is a very cool looking bird. I did like that they gave Noctowl a more human-like eye. So it has the whites of the eye, the color, and then of course the black center instead of, they still had the red and black from Hoothoot per se, but then they added the white to make it look more almost human. And then I love the bushy brow. I love it so much. I'm so glad they incorporated that. And then the three toe claws, and then it has almost like a dew claw on the back, like normal owls do. It has the massive tail wing, and then the wings themselves. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the design. It was really nice having an owl Pokemon for the first time, because in Kanto you had, Pidgey's evolutions, and it felt... Isn't Pidgey the only bird Pokemon, like normal bird looking Pokemon in Kanto region? The only other birds that I can think about are the legendaries. Now there's a part of me that wants to make sure because, like, granted, I mean, Hoot Hoot has its special place in Gen 2, but what about Gen 1? What would that be? That'd be a type? So what if I just look up flying? I know I'm doing this on the fly, legitimately. Pokemon, that's what I want to see. I guess I could just search bird, but why would I ever want to do that? Okay, so no, Spearow and Pharaoh were birds. Farfetch'd was a bird. Doduo and Dodrio were birds. Aerodactyl. And then the legendary birds. And then Hoot Hoot, Noctowl. Natu. Xatu. Murkrow. Delibird. Skarmory, and then Lugia, Ho-Oh, and then it goes into other gen. So, yeah, I mean, there were... I was wrong. I'll admit, I kind of forgot the other guys. I've had a long week, okay? Don't be mad at me. Oh no, my computer's about to restart in 11 minutes. I am too lazy to get up. Just go ahead and do it. Whatever. But yes, Noctowl, loved it. I actually liked the diamond front too because it replaced its feathers essentially on the chest. Very witty design characteristic there. Next is Ladybug. So, I mean, I don't know what to expect of a Ladybug Pokemon. I really don't think it would have needed the hands, like the little fists with thumbs, the Mickey Mouse looking hands, I guess. I don't know. It was also very strange that it had a face. I mean, granted, I think every Pokemon has a face, but it was still a little bizarre. I mean, if you think of what an actual ladybug looks like, and compare it to what you see here, I think it would have been better with the solid black feet, just like the ladybug would have. Maybe the two claws at the end of the feet. I know it's looking more like a spider, but I wish they would have kept more to the actual idea of a ladybug, especially with the eyes, because it's been a while since I looked at an actual ladybug because, it's winter here. Now I feel inclined to actually look up a ladybug to compare, and I'll probably put images up just because I'm that person. But I mean, yes, it did have like the white of its eye. How come when you search ladybug, like one of the first things is the miraculous ladybugs and cat noir, however you say his name. But so yeah, looking at an actual ladybug, it has the, antennae, the wings, the polka dots. It has a black carapace, which is essentially where the head sits. And it actually has two separate parts of that carapace. So it has a, forehead, and then a main body, and then wings to the secondary body. But comparing that to Ladybug I don't know. I don't like the yellow. Maybe that's what it is. The yellow underbody throws me off. It definitely should have stayed black. And I wish they kept the designs on Ladybug and then elongated the head to where it looked more like a actual ladybug. I guess the anatomy is more cartoonish, which makes sense because it is for a cartoon. But I think it still would have been really cool if you kept to the actual anatomy of a ladybug. Sorry, I was reading the article that was behind that. It said, like, Farmer's Almanac. And then, Ledian, which is Ladybug's evolved form. Why was it necessary, exactly? It essentially looks like Ladybug, but it got hyped up on Mega Man juice. Essentially, it's standing on 2 of its feet. It has 4 fists, is what it looks like. Its head is essentially an egg. Its eyes are blue. It still has the yellow. The underside of the wing is yellow. Does it have polka dots still in that form? Yep, it does. Gio, what are you doing? Where are you going? I have to follow you, you know. You don't make this easy. Are you gonna lay down there? Yeah? No? What are you doing? Okay, are you comfortable? You good? Sorry guys, she's moving around, so I had to readjust what I was doing. Okay, you gonna stay there? Just want to know if you plan on moving, because then I'm gonna have... Okay, it looks like she's settling down. But yeah, I didn't feel like it was necessary to have that evolution. I know they're just pushing for Pokemon at that point because of the numbers, but I don't think they really needed a evolution for Ladybug. Fix Ladybug, and then sure, have a very strange evolution, or just have another bug-type Pokemon. Which is ironic because the very next Pokemon is Spinark. And I love him so much. I love their little faces. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a huge spider lover fan. I mean, granted, I love my spiders. They had good anatomy, so it looks exactly like a spider should. I wish it did have pedipalps instead of 6 legs. And then the 2, like, essentially the red things on the front are, I'm guessing it's fangs directly instead of what an actual spider anatomy has. Gosh, I could, like, go on and on about this Pokemon, so I'm gonna try to, like, wrap up the next 2 and end the episode, but I did like, kind of reminds me of a Mexican Redney, which I will post a picture here. The design, I think, is a little bizarre. It looked like a sad face. But when it's hanging from a tree, it looks like a smiley face. Really cute. And then I don't quite understand the horn on its head. I have no idea what that is. I mean, it looks okay. I don't mind it. I don't know why they thought it was necessary. For all that, they could have just made another design on that carapace, which essentially hosts the eyes. And I also thought it was weird because most spiders, of course, have their eyes on the top of their head. Um, well, I guess that's more so tarantulas. Spiders do have, like the wolf spider has its eyes on its, you know, face and pointing forward. But instead of just one on each side, I think they could have really taken on this spider aspect of Spinarch and could have had like 6 eyes or like 2 small ones on the far right and left, and then larger ones in the center that would be its main focal point. I know, Chi, I'm sorry. But overall, I liked Spinarch's design, and that's not just me being biased. So Spinarch's evolution is Ariados. Is it Ariados or Ariados? Long leg Pokemon. Yes. So this design was a lot more fun. I could definitely say that I enjoyed it. It was still strange having, you know, the 2 eyes, the fangs protruding forward and like almost sideways, like ants. And then the main body hosted the legs, which was good. It didn't have 4 legs, but that's okay. What else? I don't know what exactly. Why does it have those 2? It looks like legs, but it's coming out of its back. What is that? What? I don't understand that. Is there a reason for that? Because it essentially walks on 4 legs, and on the upper part of its back, it has the 2 that are sticking upwards. And I'm not entirely sure why. I'm trying to look through some of the pictures that are from the anime, but it doesn't really show what it does with that. I mean, I do see that it still has the back end. It looks like it has spinnerets, which is good. Although I think in the anime they shot the webs from their mouth. Which was a little... because spiders don't spit webs from their mouth. They spit it from their bottom. But it's a strange design. Overall, it's okay. But, I mean, if you really stuck to what a true spider or tarantula would be, I would change it. Maybe Spinarch should have been more of a spider representation and look like a wolf spider, but I get it. It's a kids show. They probably didn't want it to look that scary, so they were trying to make it look cute. But Spinarch would make a really cool wolf spider. There's a part of me that wants to Photoshop that. And then Ariados, I think, would look really cool as a tarantula. With, you know, the 4 legs on each side, 2 pedipalps, huge, you know, fangs sticking out, spinnerets, a large abdomen, a really cool design, or bright, vibrant colors. And I mean, another thing they could have taken into account was if Spinarch was a spider, make it a terrestrial spider. A terrestrial means, of course, it's on the ground, whereas an aerial means that it stays in the trees. So maybe the spider could have been a terrestrial, which means it would stay on the ground, and then Ariados could have been a aerial tarantula, which means it would be a tree climbing tarantula. I just think they could have done so much more, but that's also me being a complete tarantula nerd, so I'm not biased at all. um, I think I'm gonna end the episode here. I know we didn't get very far. I know that I was also distracted because I'm a little worried about Chia. She's a little feisty right now. It's really early. It's already almost 3:30. And I still have to give her meds in the next couple hours. So, it's been a long day for me too, and I still have to be up tomorrow to do work. Ugh, save me. But yeah, what do you guys think? Was Hoothoot a decent looking Pokemon? Do you think Ledybug was really necessary, or how could they have fixed Ledian? Like, I can't even think how you could have. I mean, if Ledybug turned into a Locust, that would have been cool, or just two different Pokemon. I just don't see, there wasn't a huge difference between Ladybug and Ledian to really need an evolution. They should have just had Ladybug and perfected its design to look more like a ladybug, and then had a secondary bug right behind it, besides the spiders. So yeah, I think they could have had a Locust Pokemon. That would have been really cool. But, and then Spinark and Ariados, or Ariados, and I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. It's been a while. But I seriously think they could have done so much more with the design. But I think I will end it here. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys enjoyed this episode, feel free to leave a like below. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. I can't clap, my hands are busy. But, oh my lord, I can't stop yawning. Look what she did, Chia. Shoot. So, like, comment, share, let me know what you guys thought. I don't even know what's going on in this episode right now. I know, oh, we're getting ready to see Sudowoodo. Of course, I say that at the end of the episode. Flashback. So, yep. So next episode we will pick up where we left off, which was with Ariados. So next will be Crobat, and that should be fun, because I'll have to mention its pre-evolutionary forms before that, probably. Or I'll just stick to the ropes and just say, no, we're gonna do it the right way and just do this Pokemon. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Sorry if I went on about the tarantula thing and the spiders. It's my thing. I kind of have to be a little, you know, paranoid about it. I can go into more detail if you like. That could be a whole episode. But thank you guys so much for listening and or watching, if you are here. If you made it this far, feel free to leave a like. It's always appreciated. And more appreciated is if you guys share it, or if you leave a comment below. Whether that be on my Twitter page or my YouTube page. Comments help so much. It makes me feel so appreciated. So leave a comment. I don't even care if you comment hi. That'd be cool. What if you comment like, but you didn't actually like it? I don't know if I would be offended or applaud you for that. But thank you guys so much again, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.